So this is the Infinix Zero Ultra. This is the biggest, the most expensive, the greatest phone that Infinix has ever made. This phone is boasting of a 200 megapixel main lens. And this phone costs 383,000 Nigerian Naira, or around $550. Now this right here is the Mi 12 Pro from Xiaomi. This phone is one of the best phones that Xiaomi has to offer right now. It has 3 cameras, all the 3 cameras are 50 megapixel each, and this phone costs a whooping 550,000 Naira, or 600,000 Naira, or around $800 or $900. So look at these images I'm showing you right now. Can you tell which one was shot with the Xiaomi 12 Pro or which one was shot with the Infinix Zero Ultra? Write down your results and we're going to come back to it later on in the video. Now, starting out here with the build quality, the Infinix Zero Ultra has a plastic back and a plastic frame. And to be totally honest, I actually expected the Zero Ultra to be built with glass and at least stainless steel considering the price point. The Mi 12 Pro has a frosted glass back and an aluminum frame. The Infinix Zero Ultra, of course, has a plastic back, but it has like this textured finish, so it makes the device very easy to grip. It doesn't slip and it doesn't fall off your hand. And again, both devices are very, very handy. They have a tall aspect ratio, and so they are very, very easy to hold, and one-handed operation is very, very easy with both devices. Now, usually with Infinix phones, you're going to see the name Infinix somewhere at the back. The Infinix Zero Ultra just has the word zero at the bottom part here. There is no Infinix branding on the body. While the Xiaomi 12 Pro has like the word Xiaomi at the bottom here with 5G indicated there. We're going to talk about the 5G shortly. Now on the bottom side of the Xiaomi 12 Pro, there is a SIM card tray, there is an external microphone, and there is a USB Type-C port and a speaker outlet. At the top, there is a second speaker, and then the Harman Kardon branding there, and then the infrared blaster, which is a signature thing that comes from Xiaomi. On the Infinix Zero Ultra, at the bottom, there is a SIM card tray, an external microphone outlet, a USB Type-C port, and also a speaker outlet. At the top, there is a second speaker outlet powered by Infinix, it's written there, and then you have a second microphone, which is a noise cancelling mic. At the back of both of these phones, you're going to see the camera lenses only. There is nothing written there. We're going to talk about the cameras shortly. And one thing you're going to notice about these two phones is that the designs are very, very similar. Like at the bottom of these phones, you will notice that the SIM card trays are at the same places, the microphones are at the same places. Also, the speaker position is also the same. The USB Type-C port position is also the same. Like the design of these devices are so similar that if I show you only the bottom of these devices, you might not be able to tell which one is the Infinix Zero Ultra or which one is the Xiaomi Mi 12 Pro. Now, you would have noticed by now that the Xiaomi Mi 12 Pro is the smaller device when it comes to these two devices. It looks a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact compared to the Infinix Zero Ultra. Now, overall, when it comes to the build quality, I will actually give it to the Xiaomi 12 Pro because it is built with glass both front and back. The frame is aluminum, while the Infinix Zero Ultra is built with plastic, both the frame and the back. And so the Xiaomi 12 Pro feels a little bit more solid and more premium than the Infinix Zero Ultra. Of course, this is the more expensive device. Now, one thing that is really outstanding and really catchy in both of these devices has to be the display. The Infinix Zero Ultra is using a 6.8 inches Full HD AMOLED display, which is capable of 120 Hz refresh rate. It has a 90% screen to body ratio, which means the display stretches to the edges, and the display is also curved. There is no official mention of the kind of glass that is actually protecting the Infinix Zero Ultra. The Mi 12 Pro, on the other hand, is using the new Samsung LTPO display, which is 6.7 inches in size. It has a 120 Hz refresh rate. This display supports HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and this display is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, which is the same protection that the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and the other bigger phones have. If you don't know the difference between an LTPO display and an AMOLED display, let me explain to you. Now, earlier on back in the day, we first of all had high-resolution LCD displays. After those displays came displays like AMOLED displays, which consume less power and they were brighter, the colors were better than LCD displays, and they were slimmer. Now, LTPO displays have come to actually replace AMOLED displays because the LTPO displays are more vibrant, they consume less power, and when they run on high refresh rates, their refresh rates are actually smoother than AMOLED displays. So the Xiaomi 12 Pro is running on an LTPO display, and the Infinix Zero Ultra is running on an AMOLED display. That is why if you do a close comparison between the Xiaomi 12 Pro and the Infinix Zero Ultra, you will notice that the Xiaomi 12 Pro is slightly more vibrant than the Infinix Zero Ultra. Even in the wallpapers that are on the phone right now, you will actually notice that the Xiaomi 12 Pro's wallpaper is a little bit brighter and more saturated. The colors are looking a bit better than the colors on the Infinix Zero Ultra. Now, as expected, both of these smartphones are 5G smartphones. Now, with the launch of MTN 5G, you can actually enjoy 5G on both of these devices. And the good thing is that the MTN 5G currently supports Xiaomi devices and Infinix devices. So any of these devices you choose to buy at the end of the day, you will still enjoy 5G at maximum speeds. Now, in terms of power, both the Xiaomi 12 Pro and the Infinix Zero Ultra are boasting of high charging speeds. The Mi 12 Pro can go from 0 to 100 in just about 18 minutes, while the Infinix Zero Ultra can go from 0 to 100 in just 12 minutes. So if charging is your thing, you won't go wrong with either of these phones. In terms of the battery, the Mi 12 Pro has a 4600 mAh battery, while the Infinix Zero Ultra has a 4500 mAh battery. In terms of battery performance between these two devices, I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. The Mi 12 Pro is running on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, while the 6nm MediaTek Dimensity 920 processor is what is running on the Infinix Zero Ultra. For overall performance, both devices will play your favorite games at high graphics settings, but the Mi 12 Pro will give you a better performance. But one thing I have noticed between these two devices in terms of performance is that the Xiaomi 12 Pro goes really hot when you are performing tasks, mostly if you are playing games or performing tasks that are CPU intensive. The Infinix Zero Ultra almost never gets as hot as the Xiaomi 12 Pro. The Mi 12 Pro comes with 12GB of RAM and 256GB internal storage, while the Infinix Zero Ultra comes with 8GB of RAM, and the RAM can be extended by 3GB through this thing called memory fusion. It also has 256GB internal storage. Both of these devices have no options for SD card. Both devices come with Android 12 from the box. The Xiaomi 12 Pro is running on the MIUI user interface, while the Infinix Zero Ultra is running on the Infinix XOS user interface. When it comes to customization, there is no other UI right now that does it better than Xiaomi. You can actually customize this, but you can customize this as good as you can customize this. For instance, the Xiaomi 12 Pro, you can even customize the resolution of the display that you want to see. But on the Infinix Zero Ultra, you can't customize the resolution of the display. Now, both phones support 120Hz refresh rate. So you have to go to settings and turn it on because they are not turned on by default. Turning on the 120Hz refresh rate will make the displays to scroll faster and the animations will be smoother. Even though the Xiaomi 12 Pro is supposed to have the most smoother display, I haven't really noticed much of a difference between the 120Hz on the Xiaomi 12 Pro and the cheaper Infinix Zero Ultra. And both of these displays perform very well under sunlight. At any angle you bend them, you are going to be able to see whatever you want to see very, very clearly. And again, both of these devices have in-display fingerprint readers. During my test, I have found out that both of them unlock at the same speed and at the same intervals. There is really not much of a difference between the in-display fingerprint on this Xiaomi 12 Pro or the Infinix Zero Ultra. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is the cameras. The main lens on the Infinix Zero Ultra is a whopping 200 megapixel lens, and the sensor is a bit large, and then you have this 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and the third lens here, I don't really know what it does. Now, for the fact that the Infinix Zero Ultra has a 200 megapixel lens, does it make it better than the Xiaomi 12 Pro? Remember from the beginning when I asked you to check out these pictures and tell me which phone shot which one? Here are your results. Now, when it comes to which phone do I think takes the better pictures, I am actually leaning towards the Infinix because the pictures have a lot of contrast and they are also very bright at the same time. So this again will depend on your personal preference, but for me, I will lean towards the Infinix for the photos. Again, when you take a picture or a video with the Infinix Zero Ultra and the Xiaomi 12 Pro, the Infinix Zero Ultra captures more details because of the 200 megapixel lens, obviously. And then here, so you guys let me know down in the comments, which cameras do you prefer? 200 megapixel Infinix Zero Ultra or 50 megapixel Xiaomi 12 Pro?